Doppler 12 weather alert.
Well, so far roadways have been wet, and I actually expect them to stay that way through the evening hours. If we get any accumulating snow or sleet, it'll be slushing, confined mostly to non-paved surfaces, areas like your grass or your deck. Looking in Newport, it's damp with a mixture of rain and some ice pellets, some sleet. Warwick over Oakland Beach, it's a similar setup there. Temperatures have held steady as expected throughout the morning hours, and it'll be like this through the next few hours of the afternoon. On the radar, you can see some light rain and some pockets of sleet and wet snowflakes mixing in too. Want to show you the wider view. Look at all this heavy rain that's up across the D.C. area and Pennsylvania. Well, that is going to be pushing towards the north and east as an area of low pressure develops off the southern New Jersey coastline and tracks to our east. So that heavy precipitation is going to be moving in here for this evening and tonight. And I mentioned this morning, in the last couple of days, the rain, the cold, heavy rain is the biggest impact for us here in Rhode Island and southeastern Massachusetts. So right around midnight, we've picked up about a ½ inch to an inch of rainfall. And by tomorrow afternoon, many of us will see around 2 to possibly 2.5 inches of rain. So rain again, high impact with that. Sleet and mix, wind gusts a step down. We'll see some sleet at times, but most of that accumulation again not going to be on our roadways, and a low risk for snow and best chance of getting even some small accumulations far northern Rhode Island right now, with a coating of slush possible on some of our grasses in the west and east bays up through Providence. The other part of the story, again, the winds, they'll be picking up midnight tonight through noon tomorrow. Strongest winds expected. Could see some gusts close to 50 on the Cape and Islands, including Block Island. I expect peak wind gusts along our shore to be around 45 miles per hour. Most of the rest of the area between 35 and 40 mile per hour wind gusts. So a wind advisory just right now for the Cape and the Islands. Here's the storm at the moment, but again, it's going to slide east and develop into a coastal storm that'll track to our south. What a mess this is going to make of central New England, with heavy sleet through the night tonight, accumulating several inches. Highest snowfall totals with this storm will be in the mountains of Vermont and New Hampshire, where they could see around a foot of wet snow and sleet. Looking at our Futurecast for this afternoon, we'll continue with those ice pellets mixing in with the raindrops moving towards this evening. Again, notice the steadier precipitation arriving, and it could still be a wintry mix at 5 o'clock in the evening. Temperatures are above freezing at this point in the mid to upper 30s, and through the night transition to a very heavy rainfall, and that takes us into your Saturday morning too. So this is the kind of rain that could lead to some localized street and poor drainage flooding tomorrow morning. It tends to wind down through the afternoon and evening, and we're back to drier skies overnight Saturday, and sunshine is back on Sunday. Commuting home from work this evening, the rain's picking up in intensity, mixing with some sleet. Wipers on. Tonight down to 34 degrees with that heavy rain and some sleet in northwest Rhode Island. Saturday is not going to be a pretty day. Not only will we see a high chance of rain through the majority of the day, it's also going to be unseasonably chilly again, in the 30s for highs. When you add in the winds that'll be gusting over 30 miles per hour, it's going to feel in the 20s tomorrow afternoon. We get back to a spring-like feel for Sunday, an opening day at Fenway Park on Monday. Highs close to 50, but looks like the active weather pattern will last through at least the first week of April, with a storm to track Tuesday and one late